Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible teaching snippet of the day. Let me start this video by saying it's good to be back live with you here today. I have not recorded a fresh, brand new teaching where once I get it recorded, I upload it to Facebook and YouTube for about 2.5 weeks. My last fresh new teaching that I uploaded was June the 19th. All the things that I have uploaded since the 19th of June have been old testimonies that was already recorded, and I reposted those, okay? I thought that was better than me just not posting anything, okay? Because you know what? Healing testimonies bless people to know that God still heals, and He wants us to be well, and He wants us to be healed, okay? So the last 2.5 weeks, I've been with my husband, helping take care of a lot of different things. I've just not been settled down enough to sit down and do live teachings every day. Also, I had a very dear friend, a beautiful young lady, come and stay with us since Sunday a week ago. So she was here for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 8-10 days, about 10 or 11 days. She left this morning. Also, for the 4th of July weekend, my friend, my husband, and I, all the three of us went with my brother and his wife and our little Eli camping. We went to a Tennessee state park. It's Davy Crockett State Park, about 2.5 hours from our where we live here. So we had a wonderful time over the 4th of the July weekend. So all of that, I have been just a busy, busy girl, so it's so good to be back here with you live today. I am going to move into some new subjects, although I don't really want to quit talking about the fact that we should be eating according to Genesis 1:29. That is what God wants. That is His good, acceptable, and perfect will for our bodies, is to eat the food that He designed our bodies for. I got my t-shirt on. It says "Go Vegan and Nobody Gets Hurt." But let me give you a little bit about what I'm going to talk about next. This book right here, Did God Kill Jesus? Did you know if you ask the average believer, they're going to tell you yes, that God demanded somebody die, and so He picked Jesus, His Son, to have Him beat and suffer and die so that He can pour His wrath out and not be mad at us anymore. So I'm going to talk about this, okay? And then this book also, and this is the same subject pretty much, okay? But this is about, and you may not understand what but I will go into it a little bit deeper, healing the gospel, healing the good news. And this book by Derek Flood, it talks about penal substitution, and what that means is God punishing Jesus in our place. I want to talk to you about this. But first, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, if you want to call it a healing testimony, it didn't involve prayer or me going and teaching somebody something or laying hands on someone. This is about a young lady who watched the videos that I did about changing her diet, okay? She's about 35 years old, and I'm going to read to you what she sent me, and this will bless you. I can't thank you enough for sharing your wisdom with me and the rest of the world about going vegan. I've been fully vegan for 2 weeks now, and I feel like a completely new person. Now I know why every vegan wants to share the health benefits with others. Here are some new health updates on me with going totally plant-based. Now, okay, so what totally plant-based means that she quit eating animal meat. No animal meat. Yes, fish is an animal, so she's not eating any kind of cow, pig, chicken, fish, seafood, nothing. If it has a mama, she don't eat it, okay? That's how you know the difference in a plant and an animal. If it's got a mama, it's an animal, okay? And guess what? If it comes out of a mama, it is not a plant. I'm talking about eggs right now, okay? If it's got a mama, it ain't going in my body. That's what I tell people. Okay, but I want to read to you what she wrote me. She said, here's the updates. My brain isn't foggy, sharper memory than I've ever had, little to no gas. I used to have terrible, and she capitalized the word terrible, gas pains my whole life, and I thought it was normal. She's 35, by the way. I said that already. I have 1 to 2 bowel movements a day. As a carnivore, I'd go once every 2 to 3 days. No more upset stomach, diarrhea, or constipation. No headaches whatsoever. I used to have these regularly. All sugary, sweet cravings are completely gone. That's all caps, completely gone. I used to crave every kind of donuts, sweets, cookies, and cakes, and my waistline showed it. No more loss of sensation in my fingers and toes. No more random sharp shooting pains anywhere. No more nasal stuffiness or mucus drainage. And then she goes back to talking about gas, okay? She says, if I toot, it doesn't stink, and I barely toot at all, and I used to be a tooting train all the time, and she put a smiley face on there. I don't get hungry and I don't get as hungry and get full on and I get full on much less food, okay? She's eating smaller meals. My grocery bill was cut 2/3 from what I used to spend on food, and actually she showed me her grocery bill and said, this is what I spent on groceries, and was comparing it for me. But anyway, she said, I just wanted to let you know how much this has impacted me in the most beneficial way. I feel like a new person. I had no idea I was living as a sick person basically my entire life, thinking it was just how everyone lived. How naive of me. As you've already said in your videos, that this is how we were brought up and never questioned it. I just wanted to share this with you guys, okay? And that's something that breaks my heart, because we think, okay, that not feeling good, not having energy, being overweight, having body pains, all of these things is normal, because everybody has that, okay? And we think that it's not because of what we're putting in our body or anything like that. It's our genetics, or it's just the way things are. And guys, I'm telling you, it's not just the way they are. It's the way they are because we believe the lies. We believe the lies that we were told, guys, okay? Look, I love you and I want you to be well. I want you to walk in health. I started using this line. I want you to walk in health, living in the land of the living, okay? Live life long in the land of the living, not live a shorter life in the land of the sick and dying. We have a choice, and we do not have to be sick. I love what my friend Tanya said. Tanya said, you know what? You have the power to change your health. And until you believe that, you are a victim, okay? So let me see what else goodies I've got for you. And I love this girl. She actually quoted my friend Tanya. You know, Tanya is the purple-haired chick that's my good buddy from Texas. And she was talking about, you know, how you can't go vegan. Actually just means you're not willing. You won't go vegan. And people think that they can't. And you really, really can't. For the rest of my time, I'm going to go through some stuff fairly quickly because I want to wrap this up, and because tomorrow I want to start talking about penal substitution and did God really kill Jesus? Because here, let me give you a nugget here today. Did God kill Jesus? If God the Father killed his own son on the cross, why did Jesus pray, Father, forgive them? It's a good question. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Okay, now I want to show you this. My color printer ran out of ink, and my new cartridges, for some reason, they won't process. So I had to do this in black and white on my black and white printer. But I want to show you this. I have people tell me that we have to be okay with eating meat because people for history, long, long years, centuries, have ate meat. That would be true, and I want to talk about that real quick today if I can. You see this right here? It says, people are sick from eating like kings and queens. Historical writings and pictures tell us how wealthy people who ate meat, poultry, fish, cheese, milk, etc. became fat and sick. The difference is that now billions of people, because of progress, the Industrial Revolution, and the harnessing of fossil fuels, eat like aristocrats of the past. What else would you expect from eating all these rich foods? served at Burger King and Dairy Queen, McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, all restaurants, groceries, etc. Did you know, I wanted to read this to you because I was watching Game Changers. I believe that's the documentary I watched. I watched all three of them while my friend was here visiting. She has not been able to watch them. So I rewatched What the Health, Forks Over Knives, and the documentary Game Changers. And in one of them, I believe it was Game Changers, they're talking about now we have the technology and the medical ability to go back and go into crypts where there's nothing but bones left, and we can test the bones of people. And did you know when they get into testing the bones of the kings and leaders and all of that, the rich, because they could keep their bodies in tombs where your average person wasn't in an encasing that could keep their body, where now we still have their bones. So what we can do is now we can test those bones and we can tell what they ate and how old they were and if they were obese and all of that. And did you know that the kings and queens and stuff that our Bibles talk about being overweight and dying and being sick, now we verified that through medical research, okay, that kings and queens and rich people actually did get to eat a high intake of meat, okay, and it made them die early, and they were obese, and they suffered the same diseases that we are suffering on mass scales, because now a lot of people are eating what they called in our Old Testament the king's food, okay? Now, I want to show you some of these things. Watch this. This is from Dr. McDougall, and it says the cause. Now, I added this, but he says the reason that we're sick and dying and that we're overweight and all these things are going on is because it's from food poisoning. Food poisoning. The things that we're putting in our body, calling it food, is actually making our bodies sick. And I want to show you some of these. I posted these, but right here, food poisoning. The cause of sickness and disease is food poisoning. What we're putting in our bodies is causing our bodies to be sick, and it's causing us to die early, okay? And it's not God's will, guys. God wants us to live according to Genesis 21:29, to eat the plants so that we can live life long in the land of the living, not struggle to stay alive in the land of the sick and dying. No, God wants us to be well. Now here, food poisoning causes obesity, complications, hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, etc. Okay? Here's another one. Food poisoning causes heart disease, heart attack, strokes, impotence. You know, I like to make this joke. ED, the male problem, ED, it's not erectile dysfunction. It's actually eating disorder. We're putting dead animals in our bodies, and we're putting those byproducts, cheese, milk, eggs, all of that is toxic, okay? Did you know the only diet that has been proven over and over again to stop, halt, and reverse heart disease is a plant-based diet? I don't think that's just that's strange. No, that's what it says in Genesis 1:29. That's what God wants us to eat, is from the plants. Okay, the next one, watch this. Food poisoning causes diabetes. People think we get diabetes from our mom and daddy. Did you know I don't have diabetes, and both of my parents had diabetes? You know why I don't have it? Because I don't eat like they ate. I exercise. I'm not overweight. What? Diabetes. Type 1 and 2 plus complications, eye damage, kidney failure, and gangrene. Food poisoning causes cancer, colon, breast, prostate, uterus, etc. Food poisoning causes arthritis, rheumatoid, psoriatic, lupus, etc. Got it? Food poisoning. Watch this. Food poisoning causes constipation, hemorrhoids, hernias, varicose veins, all of these. Here's another one. Food causes GERD, indigestion, ulcers, gallbladder diseases, all of these things. You know, What if we've been told untruths about what we should be eating, and that's why we're sick and dying? There's this book out, it's called Fat, Sick, and Dying, I believe is the name of it. What if we have believed the lies, and that's why we're sick? We're not living the way that we were created to live by eating a plant-based diet. Well, listen, I got to sign off here. I've already gone into overtime, but I'm going to see you right here tomorrow. But before I go, I'm going to tell you that I love you, and I'll see you here again tomorrow. Bye-bye.